Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this morning. Got a great show lined up. As always, I've never said we had a bad show lined up. I don't know if you ever noticed that, but always working hard trying to put some good shows together. Enjoy doing it, and thank you so much for the feedback we get. It really keeps us going strong. Our weather brought to us by Drew Pollard up there at the Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Check them out. They've still got a Panhandle Outdoor special going if you want to get everything checked out before it gets really hot. And speaking of hot, it's still going to be up to 79, so it's comfortable now. Only going to get down to like 68. The big surprise in the weather today is the temperature at the end of the pier. The water temp has gone up to 74 degrees, 73.9 to be exact, but 74 degrees. So that's the warmest we've had all year. So that's a good sign. And the cobia, they're catching some cobia. They're catching a lot of them, but they are catching some. And the kings should be here for too much longer. We'll keep you posted on the kings. Okay, looking at river readings brought to you by Mountain Dew. On the outdoors of Mountain Dew, and it is high. The Apalachicola Bluntstown still reading at a 13.4, and maybe in a day or two it's going down. And the Choctaw at Caryville, 12.5, and both rivers are sort of mirroring each other. They're reading the same, and they're falling and rising at the same time. So it's interesting watching at this particular time because a lot of times they're completely opposite as far as going up and down. I don't know if you noticed that. It's just those little things in nature that intrigues me. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn right here on 23rd Street. Good folks over there. We're looking at today is the 29th, and we're looking at good tide today. We have a high tide this morning at 10:34 and a low tide this afternoon at 9:43. But the south wind that's going to be going out around lunchtime, but the south wind is going to be blowing it back at, guess what, 12 miles an hour. Again, our streak of double-figure wind speed continues. All right, let's take our break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. Just got a text from Bill Dozier. I'm going to share it with you because this is good news. Our county commission are working hard on this. Check this out. This picture here. Good morning, Winston. You misspelled my name. Bay County and Oceaneering are teaming up to deploy 5 reels for the Bay County Artificial Reef Program. The reels were donated by Oceaneering. Here's a picture to show the size of them. Okay, there's a better picture. These are what you call reels, okay? We don't need any better picture than that, having the men stand. And what's funny about this, just the other day, I was going over the Hathaway Bridge. We headed out to take some friends out to the beach, and I looked down, I could see the reels, and I thought to myself, they didn't look all that big. And of course, I was a distance from them. I was sort of driving on the bridge. I just glanced down at them. And then Bill sends this picture this morning. There are 5 of these. And now these are just natural. I mean, you stop and think about it. I was looking at them, the little holes in them. So what's going to happen? The little fish going to go in and out, and then the big holes. And all you got to do is just drop them, or what they call deploy them, and they're going to be excellent. They're going to put them in 5 different locations, my understanding. I don't know if they're going to group them up. I need to check on that, but I think one time he said at 5 different locations. This will be public reef, and we'll have the numbers on them. And they're taking them out of deeper water, but they're not taking them way out. So, recreational folks can get to them. I'm sure they're keeping them in state waters. I'm not positive. I'm pretty sure they are. So this is going to be interesting. I'll keep you posted on this. And thank you, Bill, for sending that to me and let me know. Oftentimes with all kinds of things going on, we get so busy. We're doing, even as a retired person, I'm busy. I'm just so busy. I know I talk to y'all, and y'all are busy. Everybody's just so busy, and we always talk about, stop and smell the roses. And I remember when my kids were growing up, we would stop on trips and all, or sometimes see a historical marker. Where I just pull over the side of the road, we'll stop and read it. And I think that's why my daughter Wendy is a history teacher today, she says, because we stopped and read all those historical markers. So anyway, I got tickled the other day. They had gone over to Oxford Mississippi, middle child Ashley is going to enroll in Oxford at University of Mississippi at Ole Miss. So they're over there last Friday to do some things and get paperwork and all that. And it's about a 4-hour drive from Oxford to Franklin, Tennessee. So Wendy and Mason are in a separate car and they're driving back, and she sees this sign beside the road, and ironically she instinctively pulls over. And this is a story, and I'm going to show you some pictures she took because she and Mason just wanted to show Mason some history and all. So I'm going to show you this right here. This is a road trip with Mason as we stopped to see walking tall legend Buford Pusser's home and museum. I want him to learn a little bit about American history. Okay, all right, here it is, home of. Okay, for all the old timers, Sheriff Buford Pusser was a sheriff up there, and they made a movie, Walking Tall, and the movie itself was just, it hit me really strong because what I liked about it, basically, it was just a story of good versus evil. It was as simple as that, and it was some really, okay, here's his home, and okay, there's a cutout. Now let me give you a little bit of history behind him. Buford Pusser, he was 6'6", 245 pounds. Now this is a true story. Actually, to make it interesting locally, I did not know this. When I find something like this, I started doing some research on it, and Gail was telling me, found some research. He was actually recruited by FSU, so that makes it interesting locally, and we're tied in with outdoors because I knew even from the movie he loved to fish with his dad, so that's how it's tied in. I want to share this with you today. So the story of the Walking Tall legend, and he didn't want to play college football. Just as soon as he graduated, he caught a bus up there to Jackson, Mississippi, to Nashville, from Nashville to Paris Island, and became a Marine. And he came back, and the story, here's what happened. Right there in the Mississippi, northern Mississippi and Tennessee state line, there was what is called a state line gang, and there were some bad dudes, and they were really bad guys. And actually, I didn't know this. A lot of them came from Phoenix City, Alabama. If you follow that story on the Phoenix City story, what a terrible place that was. And they got, so they got ran out of town, and they ended up on the state line. And Buford Pusser, he became sheriff, and it was a one-man wrecking crew. And it was an amazing story of what he did, and it was a true story. And they made the movie. It cost $500,000 to make that movie, and it grossed $40 million. And that's how it sort of caught on, and people just loved it because, like I say again and again, it's a good guy versus a bad guy. And if you haven't seen the movie, they made later on made one with The Rock, but it wasn't anything like it. It was up in the mountains and all that. But this was in Mississippi and Tennessee. So let me finish these pictures, okay? There's Mason standing. I see how big it was. Okay, here he is as a young man, he and his wife, and she was actually, if you remember, they were ambushed and shot. She was killed in the shootout. She just wanted to ride with her husband so he would get on back home, and she just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the bad guys ambushed him. Now he was ambushed 3 times, shot 3 different times. That's a high school yearbook picture. And there's a stick he used when he didn't want to use a gun. Sometimes he just used a stick and beat up the bad guys. You got to look at the original movie to appreciate this. But it went on. This is all in his house. That's his .357 Magnum, and on loan from Jack Kaufman. I bet that is a very popular. If that would be auctioned off, that would go for a lot of money. So here's the good lawman, and there's a gate right there. And let's see, and there it is right there. But anyway, Wendy just she took time to stop and smell the roses. I just thought that was a good story and all. I'm glad she showed Mason that story. And if you haven't looked some information up on it, again, I didn't know he was recruited by FSU, but he wanted to be a Marine. But he was a big guy back then, and as you know, at the end of the story, they had one daughter, and she just Buford Pusser was killed. He was ambushed, and then what happened? He was killed in a wreck, and they think they cut the lines and all. But it was interesting. And I tracked the guy they blamed it on, and he ended up in prison, and that's a whole other story I'll talk about later. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, and we'll take a break and be right back. Okay, just a couple little things to wrap up the story. He did try a little bit of wrestling. He was called, he went up to Chicago and wrestled a year or two. He was called Buford the bull. And I was just telling Jeff off air of the Phoenix City situation. This is before my time now. It was called, they made a movie out of it called The Phoenix City Story. And what it was just a big ring of gambling and illegal stuff, prostitution, all that in Phoenix City, Alabama. And over here in Columbus, Georgia, had Fort Benning, and it had all these servicemen, and there was service guys who go there just wild, no law whatsoever. And in fact, General Patton, I read up, General Patton said he was going to bring his tanks over there and flatten the whole town of Phoenix City if it wasn't straightened out. So finally, they got them out of there. So those folks ran from Phoenix City up there to State Line Gang, and that's where they continued the stuff. So that's the story. Enough on history. So if you get a chance, though, do like Wendy, just stop and see some things and all. Don't just go from point A to point B as fast as you can. All right, let's move on. Let's get back to outdoor stuff. The red fishing is really good this time of the year. We got the tournament coming up this weekend, and you can fish. We talked about St. Joe Bay a lot, but I guess my home territory would be up there in North Bay and West Bay, and I love going over there. And mainly I can make a quick trip, and not that I want to go a quick trip because I can. A lot of times I have other things to do, so if we get up right there at daybreak. Before daybreak, then I can get out there and fish a couple of hours, catch a couple of fish, and I'm happy. I don't have to catch 975 fish to be happy anymore. So anyway, got a little video coming up, a little 5-minute video. Then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the prizes and raffle things you can get at the Saturday morning bass tournament. So Jeff, let's roll this little video here. All right, folks, Panhandle Outdoors. We're on an early fishing trip. I know I just couldn't sleep. I was so excited about going. So. We're here at dark 30, but we're getting ready to launch a boat. We're up here at Burnt Mill Creek, and come go with us. We're gonna have a good morning. All right. All right, got our first redfish on. It's not going to be big enough. We got a lot of spots. Little juvenile redfish. All right. Our first redfish this morning. Got all the spots on it. You watch the spots are matching almost. It's caught on a gold spoon. All right, little juvenile redfish. Gotta get a spoon out of his mouth. Pretty redfish. I had a lot of spots. Now we could win a contest if it's big enough for all those spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 on this side, and matches on the other side. 12. That's 27 spots. On a gold spoon, cast it in shallow water. All right. We're gonna measure him, put a tail right there, and you can see he's about 1 inch. He's 17 inches long. So let's go ahead and let him go. There you go. Boy, that was quick. That's a quick release. There's Ray right there. Watch him move. There he goes. Well, you don't want to wait there too much. All right, I got one. That's a good fish. He's still on, but now this is a strong fish. I got real lightweight. I got 6-pound test, real lightweight, real light rod. So he's going to be. We're not going to muscle him in. We're going to try to finesse him. we fishing around a nice flat area. We're in about 2 to 3 feet of water, 2 to 3 feet of water. And we're just drifting across it, drifting with the wind. You're gonna go this side. And I've been throwing top water and gold spoon. And the preference this morning is that gold spoon. You can't ever go wrong red fishing with a gold spoon, folks, I can tell you that. Coming up right there. I'm gonna have to move around. He's gonna move around the boat. He's going right down. There he is. Alright, well, he ain't bigger than I thought it was. He sure pulled on his lightweight. Look at this, just had him hooked right there. Had him hooked right there in the jaw. Alright, we're gonna de-hook him and let him go. But it's a lot of fun, Alright, good West Bay redfish. They're all running about 17 inches this morning. But they're fighting fish, especially on a real lightweight line. All right, let's let him go. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that quick little trip there. And this, especially if you get up early and get out there an hour or two and you can catch a couple of fish. And like I say, that's to me, that's what I enjoy doing. So the only time I'm gonna fish all day is when I'm going 40 miles offshore, snapper fishing, something like that. So hope you enjoy that. Now let's take a look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. We're looking at 147 this morning, 347, and after lunch 218 to 418. Now, also coming up, we sort of left this in the shadows, all kinds of things coming up Saturday, but on May 1st, Saturday, guess what else is going to open up? Amberjack, okay? Greater Amberjack season reopens to harvest in Gulf waters May 1st through 31st. Now, what's going to happen? It's going to close back, actually it's going to close for June and July, and then open up again in August through October, and they're closing, then because of the spawning season. To be they're spawning that time of year. So listen, that's a good time. That's a good time to close it. We appreciate them doing that. Also, I had let me see, Florida Sportsman magazine. Right here, we got I got it in yesterday. I just thumbed through it. I still enjoy reading magazines. I know they've been on the decline as far as we talked about that, but still. I still say they're going to stick around, and people still are going to use them. I think they're going to make a resurgence. Some good quality magazines like this. But the first story I read, I want to share with you, and it's right here. In fact, I took a picture of it last night. Here's the story right here. It said, "Don't let your spot be next." Basically, and this is Blair Wickstrom. Now these are South Florida guys, but they like to fish. I know. I've met this Blair before, and his family, his dad started it. But what happened, this is a bridge around Stewart, Florida. You see it says no fishing. Now that scares me when you see a sign that says no fishing, okay? It scares me because the government can have that kind of authority. Now, if it's a safety issue, I can understand, I have no problem. This was not a safety issue. You know why they closed this? Because of trash. They kept, okay, I read the story, and they kept saying the fishermen were throwing trash, leaving trash out there and all that. And so this was in Stewart, and Blair Wickstrom lives pretty close to that area, and they started looking at it. Most of the trash is coming from people throwing McDonald's bags, off the bridge, as they're driving across the bridge. How people just throw trash and everything out. But the government, I don't know if it's the city government, the county government, or DOT, or who did it, but they closed that, and they're appealing it. They've been to the meetings and all. And so anyway, I'm thinking to myself, most of us fishermen, we don't leave trash out. Most of us don't. Now, some outdoorsmen do, but that's another reason to make sure we clean up everything. And for them to do something like that, I just hated to see it. Okay, real quick, and I'm not going to have time to get all of them done. I wanted to talk about the prizes we got coming up Saturday morning. We're going to talk about the bass tournament right now. Okay, here we go. These are raffle tickets. If you just want to get some raffle tickets to the bass tournament Saturday morning, just drive out there. You can have lunch. Listen, you can have lunch there, and then you can drive down to St. Joe and have a dinner down there. Okay, here are some of the things. Four-day passes to Shipwreck, two $50 Angelo's gift cards, $25 Big Mama card, 10 meals at Granny's. Look at that, 2 HVAC services valued $100 a piece from Gulf Coast, our own sponsor, Drew Pollard. A prize pack from Southern Boat Service. It's just on and on. Guided trip, a line burner baits package, 4. Look at all this stuff. And some of it's going to be silent auction, some going to be given away. Just raffle tickets. Los Angejitos gift cards, $100 gift card to Sunjammers, $40 gift card to Howell, and all these. 6 custom duck calls. Hey, look at that last one, 43-inch. Insignia TV, and then a silent auction for a 4-hour inshore trip with Rosie Charter. Okay, so that's some good stuff right there. So that's going to be up at Deer Point, at the same landing we had, up there at the county landing there, High Point Landing. So if you want to just get up there and buy some raffle tickets, the thing about it, all that money is going to a good cause. You got a chance to win. If you don't need it, you can give it away to somebody, or you can re-gift it. So all kind of exciting things going on Saturday. This is the beauty of the Florida Panhandle. You can go catch an amberjack, you can go catch bass, you can go to tournaments. If you want to be a spectator, you can be a spectator. You want to be a participant. All kind of stuff going on this weekend. I run out of time. I got all kind of stuff I wanted to cover, but I don't have time. Tomorrow now we'll do our famous Friday fishing report. We'll be giving away some stuff here, and also we're going to talk about a popping cork, how you can catch fish with a popping cork. Okay, so we appreciate your viewership again. Thank you for watching the show, and always try to do something good for your fellow man. You have a great day and enjoy the outdoors. God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.